We are just 6 days away from the trade deadline, and the Toronto Maple Leafs have a decision to make. Do they add to the roster or do they just keep the roster as it is heading into the playoffs? Earlier on in the season, a big area of concern was finding a player to play alongside of Tavares and Nylander, but it looks like Alex Galchenyuk has filled that void. He's played quite well these last couple of games, but based on reports, the Leafs are still looking to add a top 9 forward, someone that can play up and down the lineup and adds grit to the team. In terms of other areas of improvement, they can obviously add a depth forward, but more importantly, they should be looking to add a depth defenseman because they were just one injury away from putting either Rasmus Sandin or a Timothy Liljegren or Martin Marincin into the lineup. In terms of goaltending, they'll probably need to look for another goalie just in case, as Anderson's situation is still kind of vague, and Campbell can't quite handle the full workload of a starter. Hutchinson has been playing pretty good this season, but it's always good to have some insurance. Another thing to consider would be the Seattle expansion draft. The Leafs can either protect 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, and a goalie, or 8 skaters and a goalie. Based on this expansion draft, it's more likely that the Leafs will be adding a rental rather than someone that has term. And based on the current roster, the Leafs will probably be protecting 8 skaters and a goalie, with the 4 forwards being Matthews, Tavares, Marner, Nylander, and the 4 defensemen being Muzzin, Brody, Riley, and Hall, and the goaltender being Jack Campbell. They won't have to protect Zach Hyman because he's a UFA at the end of the season, and they can just negotiate a new contract with them after the expansion draft. And the same thing applies for Frederik Andersen. So the most likely player that might get claimed by Seattle, if he's not traded by the trade deadline, will be Alexander Kerfoot.